Good afternoon and welcome to the first Prime of Midlife podcast. The reason I thought I would do a podcast is so that I can just chatter and ramble away as I'm doing something quiet of an afternoon at the weekend. But also so that if you're out and about and you maybe having your lunch break or something, that you've got something that you don't need to see a video, you can just plug in your earphones or whatever and hopefully keep you company while you're stuck in traffic, having your lunch, anything like that. Um, One of the reasons I started or I thought about this that was this afternoon. I had done my shopping. If you've watched my videos, the video this morning was my first £20 budget shop. And I started cooking. I've got lentil soup in the slow cooker. I've got the meatballs in the slow cooker. I need to go and cook the turkey, but I came and sat down and had a cup of tea, as you do. And then I was bouncing about on the internet and I was like, what are you doing? You've got so many projects that are half done. There are wrist warmers that are half done. I have knitted one together. I'm about 2/3 of the way through knitting the other one, which will then need sewn. I'm probably about halfway through a shawl. There is wood to be cut, there is food to be cooked, and I'm sitting bouncing about the internet. Not exactly productive. And I thought, well, what can I do? And I had put on some music when I went to go and sort out some bits and bods, and then I got bored with the music. Thought, what does everybody else do? Because, I don't, although much as I try not to be non-productive, I'm very much that on Saturday or Sunday I blitz a few things and then I'm like, nope, I'm working all week. This is my time. So today I decided, I was like, right, this is your time, yes, but what you could be doing is you could be listening to something sensible and you could be finishing off that wrist warmer. Which then, that was when the wee light bulb went off in my head. When how many other people are just looking for something on in the background. They don't want to watch TV because I can't watch TV if I'm trying to knit. I'm not that good at knitting or crocheting. I have to look at what I'm doing. So actually, sound would be better. And the only sort of talky sound that we get in the cars here is Radio 4, which is not always interesting and is awfully political sometimes and awfully woke at other times. So I was like, no, don't want Radio 4 on. I could put on Times Radio because I'm in the house. And I was like, no, I don't really want news. I want something a bit more laid back. I thought, okay, I wonder how many other people there are like that. And seeing as how I am sitting here doing not an awful lot, I'm going to go and make a podcast. YouTube seemingly does podcasty things now. So here I am sitting talking. I have got no idea how I'm going to put this out there. But if I can't find how to do a podcast on YouTube, I'll stick it on the website. But yeah, I thought this could be a good idea to have a place for me to just do my rambling thoughts and also to give you, if you're sitting trying to finish a project or whatever, but sitting in silence is not the best idea, then stick the podcast on. Let's see how we're doing. What are we planning? What are we up to? What's happening next week? So here I have, says her, I'm just going to pull back from the mic. Oh. Yeah. So I have here one of my shawls, because I've got one here and I've got one at Patrick's. And what I can be doing, I just thought about that, See, I can actually be doing this, speaking to you, while I'm crocheting. And that'll get like another row crochet done while I'm speaking, which is fabulous because then I'll not be behind and stuff. You see? So, yeah. And hopefully, if you're doing things like this, it will help you to also do it. Because it's coming up to that time of year when we probably want to be doing makes for gifts. And sometimes, as I say, it's quite weird. One of my big things is, I'm working, I don't have time, and I don't know what they call it. Is it like self-destructive procrastination or something? When you deliberately sit and do nothing because you've been so busy, and even although you've got stuff to do, you deliberately sit and do nothing because you're like, I will have time to myself. And that is self-destructive. It's not helpful to anybody. Hang on just till I move this mic, because if I'm looking down the way, see, look at me getting used to things and moving things and being techie and stuff. There we go. We'll just pop you down there. There you go. See? And that should now pick me up easier, says her. It doesn't look like it's doing it on the thing. Don't drop. That was my crochet hook nearly dropping. Right, there we go. We'll see what we can do with this. Yeah, so it's coming up to that time of year when we're going to have to be gifting and we're going to have to be thinking what we're doing for that time of year. So really what we could be doing with is doing the stuff. But as I've said, this self-destructive procrastination or this other thing where you deliberately stay up later than you would normally because you want to have some time to yourself. Some time when you're not at work, you're not with your partner, you're not with the kids. Sorry. This is me just taking off my cardigan because I've got the wood burner on and it's a bit warm now. But that will... Oh, that's what it is as well. I also closed the door beside me to try and help with any echo on the soundness. But it's getting too hot in this room now, so we need to let the heat out through to the rest of the house. But yes, this, instead of going to bed when we would normally, it's like I've had no time to myself, I'm going to sit up, I'm going to have some time to myself. And the thing is, you don't particularly enjoy it because what's happening is that you're sitting up by yourself, you're exhausted, you just want to go to your bed, but you're like, nope, I will sit here, I will read a book, I will watch an episode of something, when really you should just be going to your bed. But, as I say, I have now decided that this little space I have here on a Sunday, I have a little space on a Sunday. And it's normally my veggie space. It's normally like that. I'm doing nothing. I've normally by this time the house has been turned into a Chinese laundry. I've got all the washing done. I've done my shopping on a Sunday morning. I've started the cooking. So I've basically made most of my plans for the rest of the week. And now it's my rest time. But what I've been doing is resting. And the only time I've been doing my projects is when I'm actually on holiday or something. Which means my wrist warmers, I think this is now, they're into their second year. So I intend getting them finished soon. But I just thought, because crocheting I only really need one hand, I don't need to have the two hands working, that I would just crochet while I was speaking to you. See, and that means that I'm getting something done. Which is what I'm hoping, is the whole point of this podcast, is that if you're looking to get projects finished or something, and you don't want to be sitting in silence or you don't know what to do, this is it. This podcast is going to be for when we've got something to do, that we don't want to be sitting in the quiet. Now, as I say, whether that's sitting in your car having lunch, sitting in the office having lunch, at dinner, doing whatever, sometimes it's nice just to have somebody whittering in your ear about little inanities that don't really count for anything. But it's just nice to have someone on in the background. And especially because you've seen me on the video and everything, you know who I am, you know what I'm like. So, yeah, that's my plan. So I'm hoping that I will get the wrist warmers finished today. I only have about 10 more rows of them to do. So we'll get them finished today, and then that will make me feel very, very pleased with myself. And the crocheting, which I'm doing just now, I mean, it takes me a lot longer because the shawls are quite a bit bigger. So we'll get that done. So that will probably take me the next couple of weeks. But I want to have it that, that I'm not coming in from work, having something to eat, crashing and burning, and doing nothing. And don't get me wrong, I think I deserve to do nothing when I come in from doing a 9-hour shift. I don't think I should be running about having to do anything. Most of that should have been done at the weekend, especially prior to a Sunday afternoon, so that Sunday afternoon definitely is rest time. And coming in from work should also be rest time. But we'll see. That's the plan. Whether it works or not, who knows? But if anyone ever does listen to this podcast, let me know what you think. Today is the 1st of October. As I say, it's coming up to that time of year. So I'm now thinking, well, what am I going to give as gifts? And let's be honest, I'm not giving anyone a shawl because it takes me so long to crochet it. I could give probably a couple of pairs of wrist warmers away. I could make a couple of pairs. My other thought is baking, making like sweet treats like flapjacks and macaroon bars, OT biscuits once I find the recipe, things like that. So yeah, that's my cunning plan for gift giving in the upcoming season. It's going to start getting a bit colder here now, so I definitely need to go and start stocking up on wood because my wood stock is, my wee stash is no longer there. So I need to get that done. And yeah, that's about it. There is not much else going on. As I said, food-wise, I've got to get food done for this week because I'm budgeting. So I really want most of it cooked today, which, as I say, I've got the soup on, I've got the meatballs on. The cat is now speaking to me. If you've seen my videos, you'll see I have a little cat, Raven, a little black cat, who pouted like a 5-year-old when I came back off my holiday on Friday. She was not speaking to me at all. She came down the stairs, walked right past me, whilst meowing loudly, letting me know in no uncertain terms that she was not happy with me for going away and leaving her. And I mean, don't get me wrong, she was up in Kathleen's room, slept in Kathleen's bed overnight, etc. But no, I was left under no illusion when I came back that the cat was not super impressed that I had gone away for a week. So, yeah, that was interesting. But at least she's now speaking to me, so that's good. She was up in my bed last night. So, yeah. I'm presuming, as you can probably hear by the sound quality, I'm not very good at this. And obviously I have my head down when I'm crocheting. It's a bit further down from the mic than it is when I suddenly look up to pull more wool through. So yeah, if there's anything you would want me to talk about, then please do let me know. As I say, this is the first podcast I've done, and really it's just a case of come and sit and chat with me. Let's see what's going on. What's going on in the world? What can we do in the world? I mean, obviously, Monday to Friday, mainly my YouTube broadcasts are about what's going on in the world because I've just finished work and I'm not doing a cooking video or something like that. Oh, and can we just mention my cooking videos? Don't think this is a cooking channel because it's not. I don't do this pretty cooking. I throw stuff in a pot. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's basically it, because I know there's been a few people have come on when I've put up cooking videos or recipes, and obviously the title has reflected that I'm cooking something, and then you've had people come on saying, well, can't you put amounts? Can't you say this? Can't you say that? No. Spell N-A-W. No. I cannot. This is not a cooking channel. I do not follow recipes as such. I know what flavours need to go in things. I know rough amounts. So yeah, recipes are mainly guesstimates, because not being funny, we all know roughly what we like. It's like I had a look for the OT biscuits recipe in one of the recipe books that I actually had downstairs, and it's not the OT recipe that I thought. And it's like, put plain flour with baking powder. And it's like, okay, so that will be self-raising flour then. And then put treacle. Yep, that will be syrup. So yeah, there's things you change, there's things you do. It just is what it is. So yeah. So that is my thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea. Then I'm going to sit with this software and see if I can work how this works. Take out a lot of the M's and the ums, so it's easier to deal with. I think. I'm going to try anyway. So I will go now. I hope you're having a good break or a good time. And if this works, I'll be back with another one. Catch you later.